coverage of Wexford's Fittest School final of 2020. And before we get into the action, which will begin here in about 5 or 6 minutes time, we're just going to have a word briefly with the course builder and I suppose the expert on what's going to be facing the teams here in the final, Lloyd Colfer. Lloyd, first of all, there's a few changes from last year's course and it should be overall an entertaining affair.
Yeah, we've changed it around a little bit, Peter. We've added in a new couple of components. We've got the tractor pull, we've got the zigzag shoot over on the far side there, and we've got the over-unders as well. So a couple of different challenges for our competitors today. And
overall we have the bike first, and then there'll be a hang tough, and then the obstacle course. So just maybe you might briefly explain to the viewers the way the one will help the other.
Yeah, so every team is going to start on the bike. They have to complete a 2.5 kilometre time trial. All 4 team members must complete at least 500 metres each. Then they move, so they'll get a total time for that, and that'll be added to their obstacle course time. Then they'll move over to the hang tough. That's a hang on the bar as long as you possibly can. So the 4 times for each individual will be added together. If their cumulative total is over 4 minutes, they'll get 10 seconds off their total time. If it's over 6 minutes, they'll get 20 seconds off their total time. And if it's over 8 minutes, then they get 40 seconds off their total time. And then they're into the obstacle course. So the obstacle course starts with an 100-metre sprint. Then they're into the trap bar carry, over through the zigzag chute, under the cargo net, through the army tyre run, down along onto the balance beam, through the over-unders. Then they have to do a tyre flip and roll the tyres back, into the tractor pull, through the rat pipe, over the walls, and they're going to sprint through the finish line right here in front of the main stand.
Well, very good. It seems that everyone here is almost ready to go. Hopefully have a good afternoon.
Yeah, look, everyone is really excited for it, and hopefully we're going to have a good atmosphere and a really good competition.
Well, thanks very much, Lloyd, and hopefully all will go very well anyway. So that's Lloyd Colfer there, the man who's in charge of building the course, and we have various different stewards and officials down around there who'll keep an eye on things. The 6 teams in this year's final are the Sacred Heart of Newbawn, who will be the first up. After them are Kilmore. We'll have Sculwar of Coolcots then, and we'll have St Peter's College, Castlebridge and Bunscullerish complete the lineup of 6 for this year's final. As I said, it's a very, very windy day here in Chadwick's Wexford Park, which could affect the performance on some of the obstacles or some of the different challenges. They could make them slightly more tricky, particularly running into the wind. It is really, really strong. So other than that, it's a beautiful day here. Underfoot conditions are very good. As the Sacred Heart of Newbawn are just getting ready, as we see there, the bike, the rules there are fairly straightforward. The team has to complete a 2.5 kilometre cycle as quickly as they can. And each team member must complete a minimum of 500 metres each, and then they get off and swap maybe and let someone else go. So it's as quick as the team can do 2.5 kilometres on the bike.
Okay, everybody, the time has come for the final of Wexford's Fittest Schools 2022. Okay, so before we start, we'd like to thank all the sponsors and everybody involved getting this far. We'd like to thank all the schools who entered, all the kids who came to support their schools, and here comes the lineup for the final. At 4:30, we have the Sacred Heart Newbawn. Brian Roy, Chloe Cash, Lauren Healy and Sinead Murphy. Followed at 4:40 by Kilmore National School, representing Alan Carroll, Emma McDonough, Grace Cardiff, and Sarah Rhea. At 4:50, we have Sculwar Coolcots, Stephen Moore, Liv Matthew Cordy and Sean Healy. At 5 o'clock, then we have
So the first team up, and they're going to do the hang tough first, are the Sacred Heart of Newbawn, represented by Brian Malloy, Chloe Cash, Lauren Healy and Sinead Murphy. And the target here is very simple. Hang from the bar with your two hands for as long as possible. The cumulative time for each of the four members will be they'll be all added together. And if the cumulative time is more than 4 minutes, they get 10 seconds off their final time. If it's more than 6 minutes, they get 20 seconds off their final time. And if it's more than 8 minutes, they get 40 seconds. So all teams will certainly want to be trying to get over that 6-minute mark to be able to get the 20 seconds off. So they're off. So we have lots of support here from Newbawn. Plenty of the children, no doubt, here supporting their teachers, being given plenty of encouragement. All still hanging tough. They're all going well so far. Who will be the first to crack? We saw from our coverage last year that quite often it's the ladies who excel at the hang tough. 3 ladies on this Sacred Heart of Newbawn side. And all 4 members of the team are still going strong. This is an excellent performance so far. And we're down 1 on the Newbawn team, down 2, down 3, and still hanging tough is Brian Malloy for Newbawn. Just readjusts his grip. How much longer can he hold it? They'll be trying to get over that 6-minute mark to get to 20 seconds off their final time. Can he hold on for another 10 or 15 or 20 seconds? There's a bit of pain coming into his face. Readjust the grip again. Takes great strength to be able to hold up there. And that's it for the hang tough for the Sacred Heart of Newbawn. First to go. A good benchmark been set there by the team. They'll have a few minutes break now before they tackle the 2.5 kilometre cycle here, or maybe they won't have very much break at all. So a solid start there from Newbawn. This next challenge now, a 2.5 kilometre cycle. Each member of the team must cycle for at least 500 metres of it. So they're almost ready to go. Brian Malloy up first.
So the next event is the bike. It must cover 2.5 kilometers, a minimum of 500 meters per participant. And we're off! And guys, I want to hear you cheering for Newbawn!
It'll be interesting to see what tactics the teams employ here, because they need to make sure that each member of the team covers the 500 metres. They don't want to be swapping on and off too often either. So Brian Malloy still going strong. Looks like Chloe Cash is just getting ready to take over. The legs are beginning to tie up on Malloy as the changeover is good and quick, and the pedaling starts again. That was a good changeover from Newbon. It's very important to get these changeovers correct. Chloe Cash now. Still Cash, the other two members of the team waiting patiently for their turn, Lauren Healy and Sinead Murphy. So the 500 metres is done and Lauren Healy is in now. Making great effort at the start here. Will she be able to keep it up? This is good going from Newbon. They're going to set a very high standard, it looks like, for the rest of the teams to try and beat. Getting great encouragement from her teammates. Still one person to go. Still have to get to that 2.5 kilometre mark. If you're just joining us, this is the Sacred Heart of Newbon on their second event. They've had the hang tough already. Now they're on the bike. They'll tackle the obstacle course now in a minute, and they'll be the first team to complete the final. Kilmore, NS are just getting ready. They're warming up. They'll be starting their hang tough in a few minutes' time. But for now, we're focusing on the Sacred Heart of Newbon. And Lauren Healy, who's giving it everything for her school. The legs are beginning to get a little bit tired now. The last member is getting ready to go. And that's it. And now we're into the final, fourth and final member, Sinead Murphy for Sacred Heart of Newbon. That bike is set to plenty of tension, so it's not as easy as it looks. It's not just a case of pushing a light pedal. It's a tough pedal, and they've done very well so far. And that's it for the Sacred Heart of Newbon cycle. Great effort by all 4 team members. They'll have a little bit of recovery time before they take on the obstacle course. They all look shattered. Well done all round.
Okay, guys, well done to Newbon. Great way to start the competition. Next out on the course, we have Kilmore National School.
So Kilmore National School just getting ready to start the hang tough. So Kilmore still hanging tough here, all 4 members of the team. Adam Carroll, Emma McDonough, Grace Cardiff and Sarah. We can see the wind beginning to play a factor as the jerseys on the members of the teams are blowing hard, and it's causing their bodies to go back and forward as well, of course, which makes it a bit trickier. All 4 still going. Adam Carroll just adjusts his grip slightly. They have chalk on their hands, but 1 member is gone. And 2 are gone now. 2 left to go for Kilmore National School. And 1 left still from Kilmore. Can she hold on for another few seconds? Every second could be crucial when it comes to totting up the final totals at the end of this afternoon. And that's it for Kilmore National School on the hang tough. We'll get their results shortly. The results from the Sacred Heart Newborn. They hung tough for 7 minutes and 8 seconds, and it took them 4 minutes and 11 seconds to complete the cycle. So no, it didn't actually. That's a mistake. I'll come back with your figures on that, but it definitely took them 7 minutes and 8 to do the hang tough. And now Kilmore National School will take on the challenge of the bike, while the Sacred Heart of Newborn are getting ready to start their obstacle course. So Kilmore National School getting ready to go. So we're almost ready to go with Kilmore on the bike.
So guys, be as loud as you can for the guys on the course, guys on the bike, and Kilmore off to the flyer. In the next 10 seconds now, we have the first contender coming up.
So a 2.5 kilometre cycle now for the Kilmore team. Each member must do at least 500 metres of that. And the Newborn team have just started their obstacle course, so we'll watch as they sprint across in front of us here. Their final event. They all have to carry a trap bar now up around the yellow pole and back. About 25 kilos, I'd imagine. So as Brian Malloy leads the way for Newborn in their obstacle course, we'll come back to them in a minute as we just watch the second member of the Kilmore team on the bike. So a good effort from the Kilmore side here. They still have 2 members to go. So you're watching now Kilmore National School trying to get that 2.5 kilometre cycle done as quickly as they can. At the far side, the Newbon team are over at the open stand side here in Chadwick's Wexford Park negotiating a slalom. The next thing for them will be to get under the cargo net. They have 2 members a long way ahead of the other 2. Is that a good strategy or not? That remains to be seen, but all the members of the Newbon team are through the slalom now and getting ready for the cargo net, as the Kilmore team now are onto their 3rd member on the cycle. And the next challenge on the assault course for Newbon is the balance beam and the tyres. The tyres come first. The 3 ladies on the Newbon team are negotiating the tyres, as Brian Malloy is already on the balance beam out ahead of them. The next thing now is over and unders. So we have both the over and unders and the balance beam over the far side. The next thing is the tyres, as Kilmore are onto their 4th person on the cycle here in front of us. And it's Adam Carroll who's trying his best to get Kilmore in under the time of the Sacred Heart of Newbon. So as we go back then to the obstacle course, we see the tyre flipping at the far side. Tough challenge. This is a very tough assault course. There's an awful lot of ground to be covered in it. Those tyres have to be flipped and then rolled back to the cone. And the next team then is the Sculwara Cool Cots, who are on the hang tough. Emer Hoare, Lynn Bradley, Matthew Cody, Sean Meany. They'll hang tough for as long as they can. We're going to see how Newbon get on pulling the tractor, which is a new event that wasn't in it last year. What technique will they use? Will they be able to get the tractor moving? They have it moving now. They have to pull it across 30 or 40 metres. Good effort being made by Newbon there, pulling the tractor. Kilmore are finished their cycle in good time. Cool Cots are still hanging tough. We'll just run over to Cool Cots and watch the end of their hang tough. Three members of the Cool Cots team are still going. Emer Hoare, Lynn Bradley, Matthew Cody and Sean Meany. The two ladies are gone, Matthew Cody and Sean Meany. Matthew Cody is gone, so Sean Meany is the only one hanging tough still for Cool Cots. As we'll just watch the finish of the obstacle course here in the middle. They have to negotiate 2 walls, Sacred Heart and Newbon, and then sprint to the finish line. Chloe Cash is over the last wall, and she's going to be the first one home for Newbon. Next person home is going to be Sinead Murphy, followed by Lauren Healy and Brian Malloy, who's helped his teammates get round. And that's a very good benchmark being set by the Sacred Heart of Newbon. And they're in and over the line. An excellent performance there, and they can be very proud, and their school can be very pleased with the efforts of their team today. As Sean Meany is still hanging tough here for Cool Cots. Are the fingers beginning to slip a little bit? They are indeed, and that's it on the hang tough for Sculwara Cool Cots. So we have a small little lull in the action. The next team to be in action, well, Sculwera are going to go on the bike, and we'll have Kilmore on the obstacle course.
So guys, the bike is slightly different from the qualifying heat. So today in the final, every team has to
So again, if you're just joining us,
2,500,
Sacred Heart and Newborn are finished.
minimum of 500 meters.
Kilmore have finished 2 events there, getting ready for their assault course. Sculwera Coolcots are below us here, receiving instructions about the bike. And the rules are very simple on the bike. You have to cycle 2.5 kilometres, and each member must cycle at least 500 metres.
Fantastic steering on the tractor from Amanda Scott. Give us a wave, Amanda. And we have, who's next on the obstacle course? Look down to your right, guys. The team in green, and that's Kilmore National School.
So as Kilmore are getting ready for their obstacle course, we are going to focus now on Sculwera Coolcots, who have just started their cycle. And just as we're watching Sculwera Coolcots on the bike, delighted to be joined by Ian McLaughlin of EMS. And Ian, you're involved here in a sponsorship capacity with the Wexford's Fittest School. What prompted that decision?
Well, we were basically a schools company. We supply schools all over the country, have been doing for the last 50 years. EMS, the company established 50 years, and schools a big part of our business. So anything to do with schools, we want to be involved.
We can hear from the noise and the entry that it's over the last 2 years, it's been a very popular event.
And that's the way, if other counties could grab hold of this, it'd be a great idea. Like, I mean, all those people participating in every school in the county having a go, you won't get better.
And just for anyone that might be wondering, your main business is involved in?
Photocopiers and IT services. So we do interactive screens, photocopiers, basically anything to do with IT, we're involved in that. But photocopiers is the big one.
So if anyone is looking for anything, then there'll be EMS or the crew to contact when it comes to that.
Don't call anyone else.
Well, thanks very much, Ian, for your time, and hopefully enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you very much.
So we're watching still Sculwera Coolcots here on the bike. That was EMS Copiers there. Proud sponsors of this event. Sean Meany going strong. Kilmore National School are about to start their assault course, and they're off at the far side. Are they going to pace themselves? Some teams will go out slow and try and build up speed, others will go out too fast. They have to run into a significant wind here today. And we're on to the third member, I think, of the Sculwera Coolcots team. It's a tough cycle, this, as we're watching Kilmore with the trap bars now. Adam Carroll leading the way, followed by the 3 other members of the team, Emma McDonough, Grace Cardiff and Sarah Ray. Good work all around as the team is reasonably together. And we're back now at Sculwera Coolcots. Lynn Bradley passes over to Matthew Cody. Great noise being made here by the support of the Coolcots children and parents. So as we move away from Matthew Cody now, we see the cargo net that Kilmore National School are negotiating at the far side. Teamwork in the net is important. Usually the first member stands up to let a bit of room for the others to crawl underneath them. All of the team is together, which is important. And We're back then with the last few seconds or the last few meters of the cycle. They need to do 2.5 kilometres as quickly as they can. And Kilmore now around in the far bend. The balance beam, we'll see all 4 members negotiating this. As St. Peter's College have just started their hang tough. St. Peter's College represented by Brian Malone, Ger Luby, Joan Gagan and Megan Burns. We'll see how long they can hang tough for as Sculwara Coolcots are finished their cycle. They'll get some air back in their lungs and get themselves ready for the assault course, as we see the members of the Kilmore team just finishing off the balance beam. Now they have to go to the over and unders. Under, over, under. And the tyre flip is next for them, as we're watching St. Peter's College hanging tough, and all 4 members of the team are still operating well. There's a little bit of discomfort on the face of Brian Malone there. Can he hang on for another little bit? Just tries to adjust his grip, as there's 2 members gone. Joan Gagan and Ger Luby gone. Megan Burns and Brian Malone are still hanging tough. And Burns is gone. Brian Malone still going. If we know of anything from him on the football fields over the year, he won't give in too easily. And that's it for St. Peter's. We'll go back to Kilmore on the tyre flip at the far side. They have to get it up past the cones, and then they go ahead to the tractor. So we'll follow Kilmore now. They're the only ones in action at the moment. They have the 4 members of the team together, close together. They have no stragglers, which is important. Adam Carroll, Emma McDonough, Grace Cardiff and Sarah Ray. They have to get that tractor from one set of poles to the other. They've worked well in unison to have the feet going at the same time, which is a good use of their energy. So that's it on the tractor pull for Kilmore. The next thing is the tunnel. They have to get through the tunnel. All 4 members caught in the tunnel, and the first one to emerge is Adam Carroll. They have to get over the walls. And we'll watch the Kilmore team finish as they sprint for the line here. It's all about getting that 4th member over as quickly as possible. Great performance there by the members of the Kilmore National School team. And a sprint across the line means that they're done and dusted for another year in Wexford's Fittest schools. Maybe they'll be the champions. We'll see later on as St. Peter's are getting ready to do their cycle, and Sculwara Coolcots are getting ready to take part in the obstacle course. So St. Peter's are off with the cycle. Megan Burns is leading the way. And we even have a bower on here. So Megan Burns still cycling. And that's it for Megan Byrne. She hands over to Joan Gagan. Scullwara Coolcots are just getting their final instructions from Lloyd Colfer on the assault course, but we're watching now St. Peter's College on the bike. 2.5 kilometres, each member must do at least 500 metres. So Joan Gagan has done her cycle as Scullwara Coolcots are taking off on the assault course. Ger Luby on the bike for St. Peter's. They have to get those trap bars up around the poles and back. So that's it for the trap bars as we'll go back to the third member of the St. Peter's team, Ger Luby. He's going to pass over to Brian Malone very shortly. So Brian Malone on the bike for St. Peter's. He's the last member of their side. How much longer have they to go to get that 2.5 kilometres? At the far side, the cargo net. Scullwara Coolcots are negotiating that one. They're working well as a team over there. And the last few yards now, last few metres for St. Peter's. Great encouragement from the crowd. And that's it for St. Peter's. As we go back to Scullwara Coolcots on the obstacle course. The balance beam is their next obstacle. The over and unders are next. Under the first, over the second, under the third. So the tyres are next now for Scullwara Coolcots. So just as we're about to watch Castlebridge National School take part in the Hang Tough, I'm delighted to be joined by Brian from Fresh Today. Brian, your second year involved in the event here. How are things since last year?
Good. Competition is still strong here. We've just after looking at one of the favourites there in St. Peter's, and probably Bunskull Reach and Scullwara as well are going to be very strong. But no, we're as a school lunch provider, we're delighted to support it. Delighted to support Wexford GAA. We're corporate sponsor now for I think our 4th or 5th year, and it's about giving back to the community and supporting our kids in our local schools.
So you just mentioned there's a school lunch provider. For anyone who isn't familiar, that's the base of your business.
Yes, so basically we supply over 12,000 school lunches per day to schools all over the southeast of Ireland. Cover Wexford, Carlow, Waterford, Wicklow, Kilkenny. Obviously Wexford is a very local base for us, a very big base. And the local schools in Wexford have been very supportive of us since we opened the business in 2010. And look at it, we're in a strong enough position now to try to give back to Wexford GA and the local community, and it's very dear to our hearts.
So the partnership with an event like this, Wexford's Fittest School, is an obvious marriage, I suppose.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's very important that we're seen to be support events like this. We enjoy supporting events like these. We enjoy seeing the smiles on the kids as we give out little bars of dairy milk. We can't do that as part of the lunch scheme, obviously, but it's a little bit of a novelty for us and for the kids here today.
Well, Ryan, thanks very much, and thanks very much for your continued support of the event and of Wexford GA.
Thank you.
So we're just watching Castlebridge on the hang tough. The 4 members, Bridget Carberry, Declan Buggy, Laura Carr and Mark O'Connor. And they're down to 3 members now. And we'll just see Sculwera Coolcots finishing off the assault course here in the middle. Emer Hoare, the first one to cross the line. She's going to be followed by Lynn Bradley and Matthew Cody. And then Sean Meany, who hung tough for a very long time in the first event for Sculwera Coolcots, is going to be the 4th to cross the line. And a very satisfactory performance from Sculwera Coolcots, who also were very good last year. Can they go better this year? So we have 2 still hanging here for Castlebridge. Still 2 members of the Castlebridge team hanging tough. Declan Buggy just readjusts his grip. A great atmosphere here in Chadwick's Wexford Park with the children here to support their teachers as Declan Buggy's hands give away. And Castlebridge are down to their 4th and final member, hanging tough. Laura Carr, I think it is, and she's gone. And that's Castlebridge completed their first event. And we'll go over to the start of the assault course where we'll see St. Peter's just about getting ready. They're getting some instructions and maybe talking tactics. So we see some tactics being talked here on the Castlebridge team. They'll take on the bike next. If you're joining us late, or if you're just joining us, the last team to finish were Sculwera Coolcots. Before them, Kilmore and Newbawn both completed. So they're all finished. Newbawn, Kilmore and Coolcots are all finished. St. Peter's are about to take on their 3rd and final event, which is the assault course. Castlebridge have completed the first event, and Bull Skull Reach have yet to start. So on the start line for both the bike and the assault course, we have St. Peter's College up on our right, and we have Castlebridge here at the bike. And St. Peter's are off and running with their assault course. Brian Malone is first to turn. Sean Meany is second to turn. Not Sean Meany. I'm getting me. Ger Luby, I mean. And then we have Joan Gagan and Megan Burns. So that completes the 4 St. Peter's, and they're done their trap bars as the bike here. Mark O'Connor is going like the clappers for Castlebridge. St. Mary's Magdalen Town footballer. Mark O'Connor putting in a great effort. Can he keep it going now? Can he get them last 2 meters in as quickly as possible? If they do 500 meters at minimum each, and the whole team has to do at least 2.5 kilometers. As we see at the far side, St. Peter's at the tyres of the assault course there. Laura Carr putting in a fantastic effort on the bike.
Next on the bike is Anne-Marie Hart, guys. She was the longest on the hand toe. She's not too shabby on the bike either. Let's hear it for Anne-Marie Hart. Let's go!
And we can see St. Peter's struggling a little bit maybe with the balance beam. No doubt they're out of breath and the legs are like jelly, and getting across a narrow beam isn't as easy as it would be otherwise. But they've done a good job of that. We're back here now with the bike. Castlebridge National School. Bridget Carberry now for Castlebridge. Getting great encouragement from the students here. St. Peter's tackling the tyres at the far side. Brian Malone and Ger Luby have said they'll do the tyres on their own. They're making good progress. And good work at the far side on the tyres. And that's it on the tyres for St. Peter's. We're back here now at Castlebridge, still Bridget Carberry. She'll be handing over to Declan Buggy. St. Peter's have got the tractor rolling in the middle of the field. They've got it rolling at good speed too. That's definitely the fastest we've seen any of the teams get the tractor moving yet. They're doing a great job so far. And that's it on the tractor for St. Peter's through the tunnel next. And it's Declan Buggy on the bike here. He has the arms out like an Olympic sprinter. Bunskull Reach, the 6th team of today, have started their hang tough. And just as we're watching Bunskull Reach on the hang tough, I am delighted to be joined by Declan Byrne from Eason's. Declan, your second year of support of this event, a great evening here in Chadwick's Wexford Park so far.
Great evening so far, yeah, great excitement, massive noise, huge noise from the crowd, really exciting. Very close as well, I believe.
And Eason's association, or decision to be associated with this event, came as a result of what?
Well, look, you know, we're long involved with the schools in County Wexford. It's a great event to see the kids and the teachers working together, competing together side by side. So we thought it was a really positive initiative, and we were delighted to be involved last year and again this year.
And as we see the teams sort of going along here, it looks like a fairly tough course this year compared to last year in some cases.
Well, it looks tougher. I know it was wetter last year, but that wind is very strong out there now. I wouldn't like to be pulling that tractor out in that wind today, so I think fair play to all the teams involved today.
And fair play to Eason's for their support, and hopefully it'll be able to continue.
Thanks a million. We get great support from the schools in Wexford, supplying them with school books, stationery, you know, office supplies, hygiene supplies, so we're delighted to give a little bit back to the schools to support us during the year.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Declan, and enjoy the rest of the event. So as we have Bunskull Reach, Declan Murphy, Paddy Keogh, Dervla Doyle and Sheena O'Byrne are hanging tough. Declan Murphy is gone and the two ladies are gone, Dervla Doyle and Sheena O'Byrne, and we have the final member of the team still hanging there is Paddy Keogh. And that's it for Bunskull Reach. Good effort all around there again. So all of the teams now have completed their hang tough, so they'll be moving on to the bike next. So we have 4 of the 6 teams have completed their events here, and the referees, or whatever we'd like to call them, are busy totting up the marks and totting up the totals. And just while we have a slight lull in proceedings, it's an appropriate time to congratulate winners of different categories. The fastest team for a school with less than 8 mainstream teachers has already been won by the Sacred Heart of Newbawn. They get a €500 O'Neill's sports voucher. The fastest team for primary school pupils, all girls, is a €100 Easton's voucher, and that was won by St. Aberius National School. The fastest team for a mixed primary school, the first place was a €100 Easton's voucher for Crossabeg National School, and also a €100 Easton's voucher for Clongeen National School. The fastest team for a mixed secondary school was Enniscorthy Community College, which won a €100 Easton's voucher, and the fastest team for secondary school pupils of an all-boys school is won by St. Peter's College, so they win a €100 Easton's voucher as well. The overall first prize for the team who wins here today will get a free Promethean active panel and €3,000 O'Neill sports voucher for the school. The second place will win a €1,000 O'Neill sports voucher, and the third place will win a €500 O'Neill sports voucher. So a fabulous prizes on show here, courtesy of sponsors, Eason's, O'Neill's, Promethean, and the other sponsors, of course, who've sponsored different things, such as goodie bags, as we heard from Brian from Fresh Today, and EMS copiers. So the support from all the sponsors has been fantastic, as we're watching now. Bunskull Reach tackling the bike. Paddy Keogh is the man. Great encouragement for Paddy here from his teammates. And Dermot Doyle takes over. And Castlebridge have just started their assault course, so we'll follow them. As we'll just see Dervla Doyle finishing off the last few seconds of her cycle. The legs will be like jelly now. Castlebridge negotiating the trap bars. And the third member of the Bunskull Reach team, Sheena O'Byrne. And she'll be handing over to Declan Murphy. The legs are beginning to tie up. And that's over to Declan Murphy now, as Castlebridge are negotiating the cargo net at the far side. And maybe Castlebridge made a slight mistake there. They didn't help each other through the net. And a lot of this is not necessarily how fast the fastest can go, but it's often about how well the team can work together as a group. But they're all through the net now, and Declan Murphy is going on the bike for, I was nearly about to say for Horswood, but today it's for Bunskull Reach. As the Castlebridge team are negotiating the over, up and unders. Maybe their tactics aren't too bad after all, because the tyres have to be flipped by Mark O'Connor and Declan Buggy, and that gives the two ladies a chance to catch up and get ahead of for the tractor. So that's Bunskull Reach have completed now their bike, and the only team in action at the moment are Castlebridge. As you're watching, Declan Buggy flipping the tyre at the far side. And that's it on the tyre flip for Castlebridge. They now have to move this tractor. They need to forward them there, they won't be able to move it. And now they have to forward them there, they're able to get it rolling. How fast can they get it rolling? So Castlebridge team nearly have the tractor pulled. And now through the tyre, or through the tunnel. And around and over the walls are the only thing left to go now for Castlebridge. Great effort all around from the team. Bridget Carberry, Declan Buggy, Laura Carr and Mark O'Connor. Tough conditions. The sun is out and the ground is hard, but the wind here is making it really tough. As Mark O'Connor is approaching the finish line, it's all about getting that last person across the line. Declan Buggy will be the sprint for home. Can they get a few seconds? A big sprint from Declan Buggy, and the four members are now across the line. A great effort there from Bridget Carberry, Declan Buggy, Laura Carr and Mark O'Connor, and they're finished. They can get the air back in their lungs and they can be very pleased with their efforts today. The only thing we have left to do now, well, other than announce the winners, obviously, is the assault course with Bunskull Reach. They're the final, the sixth and final team in this year's final, and they'll be starting their assault course in a couple of minutes' time. So the Bunskull Reach team are just getting themselves ready on the line with the referee Lloyd Colfer. John Anderson was the name of the guy who was the famous referee on the Gladiators years ago, so Lloyd is doing his best John Anderson impression there as he's going to set the Bunskull Reach team underway. And we'll be able to follow them all the way around this assault course as they're the last team to complete here today. Declan Murphy, Paddy Keogh, Dervla Doyle and Sheena O'Byrne, the team in that order. The trap bar is the first challenge to be completed. They have to go up and around the pole and back and bring them back to where they started. And back up around the back of the goal. The slalom over there is the next. Just enough to take the momentum out of your legs before tackling the cargo net over there. We'll see if this team work well together. Will one of the first members stand up and try and hold the net up for the next person? They do indeed. Paddy Keogh is there. Now Declan Murphy gets in and he'll hold it up for Dervla Doyle and Sheena O'Byrne. This is good teamwork here from the Bunskull Reach side. They've mastered the net. As Dervla Doyle holds the net up for the other team members to get through. Good work there from the Bunskull Reach team. Now they have to negotiate getting through these tyres. 1 foot in each.
Okay, guys, so Bunskull Reach are coming up to the tyres. 1 foot in each. Left, right.
A couple of stumbles there, but shouldn't harm their time too much. And they're all safely through. The balance beam now is the next. As I said, it doesn't look that difficult from over here when we're full of energy, but when the legs are really tired, it can be difficult to keep your balance. But that was no problem, it seems, to this Bunskull Reach side. Now they have to do the under and overs. Under the first one, over the second one, and under the third one. The tyre flip now next. Good progress being made on the flip. They have to get it through the next set of cones now. And that's one tyre done. They can begin to get the tractor rolling. And the 2 tyres are done. Good work by Bunskull Reach. And that tractor is rolling well now. Good teamwork in good formation, and now around and through the tunnel. Again, an energy sapping exercise at the end of a tough assault course this year. And they're all safely through the 2 walls now and the sprint to the finish. And that'll complete Wexford's Fittest Schools for 2022. All we have to do then is crown the winners. And the first two members of the team home, Declan Murphy, Dervla Doyle, Paddy Keogh and Sheena O'Byrne. A great effort from Bunskull Reach. They really left everything out there, and a fantastic effort all around. So that completes the events here in Chadwick's Wexford Park this evening. We'll leave it now to the judges to decide who are going to win those fabulous prizes that I read out a minute or two ago. If you weren't online when I read out those prizes, I'll do it again. First place is a free Promethean active panel, and hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to a representative from Promethean in a minute who might be able to explain to us what that is, for anyone who isn't familiar. A €3,000 O'Neill sports voucher. So that's the first place prize, an excellent prize. Second place will be a €1,000 O'Neill's voucher, and third place will be a €500 O'Neill sports voucher. So we'll just take a small little break here from our coverage, and we'll stay on the stream, but we'll be back with the winners in a minute or two once they're ready. So it looks as though we're almost ready to have an announcement. Just getting the table ready here for the prize giving. Everyone is gathering in and the teams will be invited out onto the field. And of course, it's not only about the 6 teams who took part in the final, it's about all the teams that took part in the heats and the semi-finals, as we'd call them. Everyone, no doubt they were all as tired as the people who took part today in the final and put in as big an effort, and all the school children who took part as well. It was great to be able to include children this year for the Wexford's Fittest School competition. It was not feasible last year, but it's great to have them involved this year, and it's great to have a support and a crew here from each school to support their teachers here today and on the final. Last year we weren't allowed anyone in terms of spectators or anything like that, so it's great to be back to normal, and it's great to be celebrating as the teams are making their way out onto the field. So the county chairman, Micheál Martin, just about to thank everyone involved. He's just thanking sponsors. Damien Byrne from Easton's, I think I called him Declan earlier, apologies for that. Damien Byrne. Brian from Fresh Today and EMS Copners and Promethean. And O'Neill's, of course. Just a round of applause there for the Wexford coaching and game staff, who are active, of course, in very many schools across County Wexford and were central to the organisation of Wexford's Fittest Schools event. But their main jobs, of course, are going into primary and secondary schools on a regular basis to provide support and encouragement to students to take part in Gaelic games. So we have a draw now for all participating schools to win a €1,000 voucher for EMS copiers, one of our sponsors, a very generous prize. And Gavin O'Donovan has the winning school.
And the winner of the 1,000 voucher for EMS copiers is
Skolwara Barntown win the €1,000 voucher. So Skolwara Barntown, winner of the €1,000 EMS voucher.
Okay, guys, so we now go into the different categories. So the first category, which was the fastest team for schools with less than 8 mainstream teachers. And the prize is a €500 O'Neill Sports voucher, which will be presented by Liam Murphy from O'Neill's, goes to Sacred Heart National School Newborn!
So there's confirmation that the National School in Newborn won the prize for the school with the fewer than 8 mainstream teachers. So they win a €500 O'Neill's sports voucher.
The next one then. The category of the fastest team for primary school pupils, all girls.
This one is for the fastest all-girls primary school. I called out the winners of this earlier. The €100 Easton's voucher. St. Iberius National School are the winners of this particular prize. Congratulations to them and the pupils from the school. The next prize is the fastest team for primary school pupils in a mixed primary school. We have 2 winners here.
Fastest team for primary school pupils mixed goes to, for €100 Easton voucher, presented again by David Byrne, goes to Crossabeg National School. We have a team here. You want to collect the prize? I love it.
So a mixed primary school team winners. Crossabeg. Congratulations to the 4 youngsters from Crossabeg. Congratulations to the 4 youngsters from St. Iberius, the all-girls team who won their Easton's voucher as well. And we have a second prize in this category.
For this one as well, €100 Easton voucher presented by David Byrne, and that goes to Clongeen National School.
Clongeen National School are the winners of second place in this category.
Well done, boys. Super effort. David, right? Okay, next category then, the fastest team for secondary school pupils mixed team is a €100 Easton voucher presented by Damien, and it goes to Enniscorthy Community College.
So Enniscorthy Community College are the winners of the fastest secondary school team for a mixed team. And they win an Easton's voucher as well, with Damien Byrne there to present it to the 4 winners. And the students are here themselves. So congratulations to the students there from Enniscorthy Community College.
Okay, guys, so then, the fastest team for secondary school pupils, boys team, again for a €100 voucher presented by Damien, goes to, can we hear the bell run? Where's the bell run?
And the fastest team of secondary school pupils of an all-boys team has been won by St. Peter's College. So congratulations to the boys from St. Peter's College who are on that team.
Anyone here for the team for St. Peter's College yet? Make our way down the steps, I love it. So again for a €100 voucher.
So congratulations to St. Peter's. We'll be moving on now to the big prizes. Wexford's Fittest Schools, first, second and third places.
Okay, so now we come to the business end, guys. First of all, congratulations to everybody who made the final. A fantastic feat in itself. Okay? And as we tell the kids every day when we're in school coaching, it's not about the winning, it's about the taking part. Okay, so in 6th place, we have
So in 6th place, Sacred Heart of Newbawn. Congratulations to the Sacred Heart of Newbawn. 6th place finish out of a large number of schools that took part overall. 5th place, Kilmore National School. A top 5 finish for Kilmore. Fourth place, Skulwara Coolcots. That means the top 3 are known. St. Peter's College, Castlebridge and Bunskullreash are the top 3, but in what order?
And a prize of a €500 O'Neill Sports voucher presented by Liam Murphy goes to
Okay, so Bunskullreash are the winners of a €500 O'Neill's voucher for a 3rd place finish. Bunskullreash, congratulations to Declan Murphy, Paulie Keogh, Dervla Doyle and Sheena O'Byrne for their 3rd place finish. That means the last 2, either 1st or 2nd, are St. Peter's and Castlebridge. We'll see what order now in a moment. Congratulations to Bunskullreash on their 3rd place finish.
Okay. So we have 2 places left. Before I announce the winners, we go through the prizes. So the 2nd place team will receive a
€1,000 O'Neill's voucher for the 2nd place team. And the 1st place team will receive €3,000 O'Neill's voucher and a free Promethean active panel.
Presented by Samantha Epoch from Promethean World and €3,000 O'Neill Sports.
The Castlebridge team got 40 seconds taken off their time on the hang tough, which was the best of all teams. Did St. Peter's make it up on the obstacle course?
Do we call out 2nd or 1st?
We'll hear now in a minute.
Okay. Have we got a drum roll? Our man has gone home. Okay, in 2nd place.
2nd place is about to be called out.
St. Peter's College.
St. Peter's College are in 2nd place. A 2nd place finish for St. Peter's College. Congratulations to Brian Malone, Ger Luby, Joan Gagan and Megan Burns, who win for their school a €1,000 O'Neill Sports voucher. No doubt in a school such as St. Peter's that will be put to very good use indeed. And that leaves only one winner. The winners, Castlebridge National School. Bridget Carberry, Declan Buggy, Laura Carr and Mark O'Connor are this year's winners of the Wexford's Fittest School competition. It's about to be called out. They're delighted. The great support here from Castlebridge, they're all delighted as well. So great scenes of celebration here for Castlebridge as they have been crowned the 2022 winners of Wexford's Fittest Schools. Last year it was the Mercy Primary School and this year it's Castlebridge National School, the team of Bridget Carberry, Declan Buggy, Laura Carr and Mark O'Connor, and they've been mobbed by students and colleagues and parents and all the rest of it to give them a well-deserved congratulations here today in Chadwick's Wexford Park. So that's all from us here in a very windy Chadwick's Wexford Park. We'd like to thank just our sponsors again. Fresh Today, Eason's, who are based in Wexford, Enniscorthy and Gorey, and obviously nationwide. EMS Copiers, Promethean and O'Neill's for their very generous sponsorship of both prizes and refreshments here today and on the semi-final days as well. So thanks very much to everyone who took part. Congratulations to Castlebridge and thanks very much for joining us.